Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade, today giving you the lowdown on everything to do 7 Days to Die and what's happening with their roadmap, which is already starting to delay stuff. Who would have thunk it? A studio that took 13 years to get their game into 1.0, 2 different versions on console, would be a little bit late with their planned content. But it's not all bad news, there are some actual important stuff going on for console players soon. You'll finally have the RWG maps, as well as maybe potentially crossplay and dedicated servers in the near future. So if you find this video useful, leave a like. Check out the rest of my survival game channel based on everything you need to know in the survival world, news, gameplay, guides, reviews, and let's go. So V1.2 B22 Experimental is now live on PC. The blurb with this is that the team is all hands on deck working on version V2, which should be pretty much the winter update that has now been delayed until next year. We wanted to get you all the fixes, optimizations, and console crossplay preparations sooner rather than later. With this build, we introduce various optimizations to all platforms, but also unleash the ability to generate RWG maps to our console fans. Crossplay will be fully enabled once Experimental ends. V1.2 goes stable and our console users get access to V1.2. Until then, there will be no one to crossplay with. This will open up crossplay between PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC clients. However, no dedicated servers just yet, but only once the branch goes stable. V1.2 should be compatible with existing saves, but they recommend starting a new game. So kind of good news, but with that, it does mean that Xbox and PlayStation won't have the full update for a while yet. You should be on 1.1, not 1.2. But yeah, you won't be able to crossplay until this goes stable. In the past, they have been pretty much in experimental or beta stages for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Given the Christmas holidays, I'm sure the fun pimps are going to be having some time off. There's a chance they might push this out just before Christmas, but that would be a risky move if there's any big problems or issues. Who's going to resolve it? Who's going to put the patches through cert? Microsoft and Sony also take some time off over the holidays. In fact, there's a distinct cut-off time where you can submit stuff. I think they have about a week off, literally. So if something goes wrong, it could be all over the holidays that people don't be able to actually get fixed. So go ahead and check. I do believe it's in the pause menu or the main menu. See what build you're on. And the one that you really are looking forward to and hyping up and hoping for is going to be V1.2. When that goes live on your console, you should at least have the brand new random world generated maps. And fingers crossed, crossplay should be enabled whenever that does happen in the next few weeks or month. Random world maps are obviously exactly what they are. They're different from the ones that you've already got. They're pre-planned maps that are basically set, been created, and just been given and put out as extra maps. But with random world maps, these are truly randomly generated. So no map will ever be the same as another map. So what else is being added as part of this update? They are going to have cross-platform block lists, so you can block people from, I guess, joining or playing with you. Brand new console performance quality graphics mode, selectable through the video options UI. That's a massive win. New vulture, rabbit and chicken models. Biome spawner delays have a 10% random variation. CRT, TV emergency broadcast sound enables with light. Sleeper volumes reset the available spawn points when finding one if they've all been used. Decor manager tree grouping with async loading and work spread out more evenly. Additional flame prefabs to burn in zombies, SFX for nerd outfit extra crafting skill point perks, missing spark texture for mines. There's a whole bunch of changes to do with graphics even more. Revise the first person rendering to use a single camera, disable the old resolution scaling and enabled FSR and performance mode on all console platforms, enable RWG menu items for console, so basically you'll be able to spawn in more items from random worlds, allow opening of chat window when communication blocked, implement show user profile for PS5, optimize entity effect groups by removing duplicate setters from ancestors, improvements to entity biome spawners to run independently, and honestly a bunch of stuff that no one's really going to give a monkeys about. Although one here, video brightness and setting darkens interiors at night when set below 50%, helmet light mod to have less range, and solar cells can no longer be scrapped. Grace is no longer zombie food. There are some other fixes as well, like iron guts apparently not working when logging in. Lots of audio fixes for things like torches being replicated or duplicated, so you always had them sounds keep going on and off. Drone can't heal player while on vehicle, and the drone inventory can roll back as client was using drone healing mod. I won't go through all of them individually, but you get the idea. Lots of fixes for some issues that have obviously been going around a while. And it's obviously only the first stage. They might update it more with more fixes and improvements as this beta goes on. And yeah, fingers crossed we will see this maybe before Christmas for console users. But it's not a good look. Already literally only a few months after leaving early access, the amount of money they made via console brand new sales, peak players on Steam, and they still can't use that money to make sure they're on track and get updates out exactly when they said they were. Bearing in mind, all of this content you're seeing was meant to have been part 1.0 anyway, but they rushed it so they could get more money from PlayStation and Xbox users by relaunching the game quicker. And it's just the same old story. Fun Pimps are probably some of the worst going when it comes to dates and basically just how to manage their game. Storm's Brewing was the update that we should all be playing pretty much by now. Brand new weather system, biome progression overhaul, meant to be loads of points of different interest are being added. Wardrobe system, crossplay, random gen for consoles. So they've got one out of the 3 main features. So when now? Well, by the sounds of it, I don't think it will be until Q2 next year. So that'll be after March. I could be wrong. Like I said, they're prepping and everything else. Take them at face value. They want to make sure it's all stable with the crossplay before adding another layer of systems. But so much of this stuff really could change how you play the game. It does mean a lot of people will probably have to restart another world if they want like a really great experience. And of course, this must mean that the following updates are going to be late as well. So pretty much from April through down to, I think, July or June, we was meant to have had bandits, UI main menu overhaul, event system, new quest types. And by this stage next year, meant to have a trade overhaul, a story mode, workshop support for Steam, and new quest types. That is all going to be delayed now. Some games can take forever. Project Zomboid is taking over 12-13 years to get anywhere close to being finished. Valheim's approaching its 4-year anniversary. It's okay in a way to have delays and stuff for your game, but when you've consistently done it and delayed at the last minute, not actually just planned content and only told people, that's the problem. Fun Pimps have basically promised a bunch of shit before they sold their game, hyping it up and saying this is coming, this is coming. And of course, as soon as they get that money for the game, oh look, suddenly now we've got more delays happening. It is the nature of game dev, I do understand, but given Fun Pimp's history, I've just got no reason to actually give them any kind of buy. Especially when you take a look at what they have been up to in the last few months. They're starting to more and more advertise their 7 Days to Die offshoot Blood Moons, which effectively is kind of a bit like Dead by Daylight, but with a little bit more interaction where someone basically controls zombies spawning, setting up traps, and the other players basically have to survive. This isn't actually being made directly by the Fun Pimps, it's a separate studio using their license, but you can bet there's still some sort of cross actual talk and time being used up by certain resources at least, for a game that no one's asked for. Apart from the 7 Days to Die usual fanboys, who's really looking forward to giving this game a shot, I just got a feeling it's not going to be that great. I don't know, you guys tell me different. And when they're not promoting that and also taking their time to give people info about this update, they've spent a lot of money and a lot of their time going to events and parties. Some fan event with Neebs Official playing their Blood Moon game, literally selling tickets for this, and pretty much having a private party at TwitchCon where they had Neebs and other people go and attend. Don't get me wrong, I think devs deserve some quality time, especially after working hard, and after 12-13 years of working on 7 Days to Die, they deserve to let off some steam. This is all part of marketing. Doesn't mean that the coders and the people that make models are actually going to be here, and how dare they have a day off. But I don't know, the optics for it sometimes don't look great to me. Who gives a shit about a 7 Days to Die spin-off game having some sort of party or event at a horror festival when all people wanted to know was when update? But I digress. There we go, ratbags. That's how it is at the moment with 7 Days to Die. If on Xbox and PlayStation it doesn't say V.12, then you don't have the randomly world generated maps yet. I went and checked as of 11 o'clock this morning UK, and it was still on version 1.1, but obviously that might change, that might be updated in the next few weeks, and then you'll know you've got the latest. But as soon as they are live and available, I will let you guys know in a full video, and of course I might start showcasing some of the random worlds, and any issues with crossplay, I'll probably do a video on how to actually join it and add friends. And yeah, let's hope we get some news about dedicated servers. They were meant to be coming with this update as well, so what's happening with them? And I'll see you ratbags for more info soon.